5 then, off we go. So for round 5 we're going to start again in the same way with 2 chain. And we're going to kick right into the front post trebles. And again we're asked for 2 front post trebles, but to clarify that means we're going to be doing them around the front post trebles from the previous round, okay, so individually, okay. So there we go. Front post treble around the first one. Ooh. Front post treble around the second one from the round before. Okay, and now we're going to do 2 chain, 1 and 2, and then 3 trebles. So just a quick explanation with the trebles. We're going to put 1 into that chain space, 1 into the top of the treble from the previous round, and 1 into that chain space. Okay, so just a quick explanation where they sit. So 1 treble into the chain space, 1 into the top of the treble, and 1 into the chain space next to it. Okay, 2 chain in the other side, and then we'll even it up with the 2 front post trebles again, so 1 around each. Okay, so just a reminder, yarn around the hook, go through from front to back, back to front, and that sits your hook neatly behind that post, and off you go. I've managed to position the camera precisely in front of the light so I can't see a thing, so I'm hoping you're getting this. And again, second front post treble, okay, and we've complete our first repeat by making 2 chains. So our repeats are getting a bit longer now, aren't they? So let's take the hook out there and have a little look at it. So we've got our 2 front post treble to begin with, 1 around each of the front post trebles from the round before, and you can really see now how those stitches look like they're just extending up and up and up, can't you? Very clever. Then we've got our 3 trebles, sorry, we've got 2 chains and then 3 trebles, 1 either side of the one before, from the round before, and 1 sitting right in the top of it. Another 2 chain and another 2 front post trebles. Then we're using 2 chain to hop across to our next set, and we do it all over again. So that's all you're going to be doing all the way around. I will see you at the end. Right, I'm on my last 2 front post trebles of round 5, and then what we'll do is we'll stop and have a look how far we've come and what that looks like. I'll overlay it over the one we've already made, and we can see our progress. So finishing up with 2 chain, and we're going to join using that special little trick that Greta has shown us. So I'm going to take my hook out of the work and make sure that the yarn, the working yarn, sits to the back. Get my hook, pass it through where I'm going to join, pass it through from the back of the work to the front, and then through the loop from whence it came originally. All right, so it's now through both. I'm going to just give the working yarn a little pull, and then pull that loop through. So it's closed off now, and the working yarn is neatly at the back, ready to go on the next round. I'm going to just take my hook out, and we'll turn this round and have a look at where we are. So you can see the front post trebles extending up, starting to kind of really take on that appearance of being one continuous stitch. And the little trebles that we're working in between them, those are going to kind of form the body of the petal. Let me show you. If I get the one I've made earlier in true Blue Peter style, let's find a petal. Get caught up here. Okay, so if I lay the one that we're working on now over it, you will see how we're starting to form the petal. So the petal's going to go up and back together again, and those trebles in the middle are forming, like I said, the body of the petal here. This is going to open out a bit, by the way, when we block it. This one's still unblocked, so it's a little bit bunched, but you get the general idea, don't you? And between the petals we've got the these bars forming, and in between our petals as we work, you will see there's some very pretty work coming up on that part too. So doing well. Round 5 is complete, and we're ready to move on to round 6. So round 6 builds very much on what we've done in round 5. The only difference being the number of trebles, these standalone trebles in the body of the petal that we're making. So let's crack on and have a look at what our repeat looks like. So we're starting off with our 2 chain just to get our hook up to the right height, and we're going to go and do our front post trebles to continue the border of those petals. So round the front post treble from the round before, just as we've done before, and again just as we've done before, we're now going to do 2 chain, and we did 3 treble on our last round. Now we're going to move it up to 5 treble, so kind of 1 each side and then 1 in the top of the 3 that are already there. So quite logical really. We're filling that gap, bulking out or extending out to the side the body of the petal. Oh, yarn's got all caught up around the camera. It's fully professional here, you know me. Right, 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, no, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let me just have a little look there. You can see how we're building on that little treble section, can't you? Okay, so that's the only difference on this one. We're putting the 2 chain either side of those trebles as we were before, and we're putting the 2 front post trebles exactly the same as we were before. Okay, and then we're finishing up this repeat. Whoops, we're finishing up this repeat with 2 chain to skip us over to our next grouping. 1 and 2. Right, so there we go. So that is 1 repeat, and you can see the petal growing, can't you? Oh, I love this. I love it a lot. So I'll finish the others and I'll see you at the end. Right, back round again to the last 2 front post trebles, and finishing off in the normal way, finishing off with 2 chain and the fastening off by pulling the loop from back to front. From front to back. So hook through from back to front, pick up the loop and pull it through. Right, so that was round 6. Oh, I really adore this. Sorry, but I do. So if I fold that out, you can see, or pull that out, there's our petals coming together, beginning to form. And, you know, why not count? Make sure you've got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, really, probably do that before now, quite honestly, because it's a lot to take back, isn't it? But, you know, there's no hardship, is there, to giving it a little count now and then. It's so pretty. Look at it. You could stop now, couldn't you, and be happy? But we're not going to stop now. We're going to carry on. And we are at the point in our petal where we're not going to be adding any more trebles into it to make the width and make it any wider. But we're going to add a row, 1 or 2 rows maybe. Yeah, 2 more rows where we've got five trebles in there to build the length of the petal up a bit. Let's just hold that together and see how, maybe halfway up the petals now. Exciting times, chaps. Exciting times. Right, I will leave it there for now and we will come back and start round 7.